Hey guys, my name is Modi and welcome back to Modi Speaks. Guys, before we dive into today's video, I would like you to subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Smash the like button and turn on notifications because I wouldn't want you to miss any of the stories I expose. Stories the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear, or at least they don't want you to hear it the way it should be told. So today, guys, we are going to be talking about something that will make your blood boil. It is a story of pure evil. A story of betrayal of trust, but most importantly, it is a story of blatant hate crime. A hate crime that reeks of the anti-white rhetoric that has been poisoning some people's mind for years. I'm talking about the shocking confession of a daycare worker who choked a precious innocent baby to death. This evil entity you are looking at right here goes by the name Thea Russell. She mercilessly strangled two infant white kids. One of the children, a 4-month-old, survived the strangulation twice, and the other kid, an 11-month-old boy, died an excruciating death. This nightmare unfolded at the Rocking Horse Ranch Daycare in Savage, Minnesota, a place where hardworking parents drop off their little ones, trusting that these so-called caregivers will protect them like their own. But on September 22nd of 2025, an 11-month-old baby named Harvey Mucklebust, just days away from his first birthday, stopped breathing. He was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. The poor kid did not stand a chance, and this human waste right here was the person behind his death. She confessed, she straight up admitted it. Admitted to intentionally suffocating this poor baby by sticking her fingers down the baby's throat, choking him until he stopped breathing. Take a listen.
On Friday, September 19th in the afternoon, Savage Police Department responded to the Rocking Horse Ranch Daycare after reports of a 4-month-old child who was briefly not breathing and was found with blood and foam under her nose and mouth. By the time officers arrived, the child was breathing again and was being transported to the hospital by the parents. At that time, this appeared to be a medical episode with no immediate foul play concerns raised. The child was later evaluated, released, and over the weekend was reported to be acting normally with no further issues observed whatsoever. On that following Monday, September 22nd, 2025, at approximately 8:30 p.m., that same child returned to the daycare healthy and well. A short time later, she was again found unresponsive, not breathing, with blood around her nose and mouth. The child's parents were notified, returned to the center, and transported her to the hospital. Our department was not dispatched for that second incident. Tragically, just 2 hours later, at about 10 a.m. that same morning, Thea Russell called 911 to report an 11-month-old child, Harvey Mucklebust, was not breathing. Police, fire, and EMS responded immediately and initiated life-saving efforts. Harvey Mucklebust was transported to the hospital where he, despite all those life-saving efforts, was pronounced deceased at approximately 11:34 a.m. The daycare was immediately closed after this incident. All children were safely released to their parents, and the scene was thoroughly processed forensically with the assistance of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. Over the following 3 months, investigators conducted dozens of interviews with daycare staff, parents of children who attended, and various contractors associated with the facility. A clear pattern emerged. Thea Russell was a common denominator in each of these incidents. She had last contact with each of the affected children immediately prior to these events. Notably, she had only been employed with the daycare for 3 weeks at that time. Her behavior and actions at the scene immediately raised suspicion, drawing investigative focus to her as the primary person of interest. Investigators conducted an exhaustive review of Thea's background, including in-depth interviews with family members, friends, previous employers, and other personal contacts. This revealed a documented history of attention-seeking behavior including her making multiple 911 calls reporting nonsensical incidents and simply hanging up. Also learned were past incidents involving starting fires at a church camp and erratic behavior toward other children. Based on the totality of the evidence in this 3 months investigation, we had probable cause to believe Thea Russell intentionally suffocated these children on 3 occasions to seek attention, and that third incident tragically resulted in the death of Harvey Mucklebust. During questioning, Thea confessed to intentionally suffocating the 2 children in an attention-seeking act. Yesterday at approximately 9:15 a.m., Thea Russell was arrested, leaving her home. She was transported to the Savage Police Department for questioning. During the questioning, Thea confessed to intentionally suffocating the 2 children in an attention-seeking act. She provided detailed descriptions of how she carried out the attempts against the life of the first victim on 2 separate occasions, and she confessed to the murder of Harvey Mucklebust. For the sake of both of the victims and their families, I'm withholding the specific details she admitted. There will be outlined in the pending formal complaint. I want to be perfectly clear, however. Thea Russell has confessed to the attempted murder of our first victim on 2 occasions and to the murder of Harvey Mucklebust. This is a heartbreaking case that has shaken our entire community. No words can fully express the profound sorrow we feel for the Mucklebust family and all of those affected by this crime. Our thoughts remain with Harvey's loved ones, and we are committed to supporting them through every step that will undoubtedly be a long and difficult journey.
Guys, indeed, evil walks amongst us. Evil entities live amongst us. Now, what pisses me off in this whole situation is not just the fact that this demon right here senselessly took the life of this young innocent child, but also the fact that the police and the few media who decided to even consider covering the story tried to make this incident into something that it is not. They are claiming that this human piece of trash took the life of this innocent infant just as an attention-seeking act. But guys, you don't seek attention by killing white toddlers when you are a black daycare worker. That is not how you seek attention. And also, I find it very disingenuous that the police doesn't want to expose how this witch took the life of this poor kid, claiming that they are trying to protect the parents from stress or from pain, when in fact, this information is not a hidden information. If you look up this particular issue on the internet, okay, you will immediately read about how this monster described how she killed the baby. And that was by sticking her fingers into the baby's throat until the baby can no longer breathe and then suffocate as a result. This information is on the news articles talking about this issue. The parents of this baby know this information firsthand, but the media and the police are claiming that they don't want to expose the details for fear of hurting the parents further, even when the parents already have this information. So it is all an act to soften the severity of the situation. And believe me, they wouldn't even be doing this if the culprit was a white person. Now, I also want to explain that this is why I don't like daycares, okay? You can say whatever you want, but personally, I don't support daycares. I can't imagine dropping off my own kids, when I do have kids, at a daycare center, unless I am the person running that particular daycare, especially in a place like Minnesota. You guys know what is happening in places like Minnesota right now. Please, dear parents, listen up. Be very, very careful. Be very, very aware of the kind of people you give your children to. Some people are evil. Some people are devils incarnate. If you must use a daycare, okay, please conduct thorough vetting. Conduct thorough research. Don't just take whatever they tell you in their website at face value. Visit them unannounced. Do whatever you can to get raw information about them. I do not support dropping off your kids at daycare, but if you must, please do the necessary research. involved. Because we have people like this black woman who have internalized all the hateful garbage that is being spewed about white people for years, that all white people are evil, that they deserve to be exterminated, that they deserve to be wiped off the face of the planet. Some black people are boldly saying stuff like this about white people.
As Gleason said, we have to kill the white man, as Fanon suggested. The white man brought us here. He must be killed. He must be killed.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us.
Yes, they think that all white people are demons and that they deserve to be dead. They deserve to be wiped off the face of the planet. Some black people, of course, not all, but some of them have it drilled into their heads that white people are their enemy. From critical race theory in schools to Hollywood pushing division to videos from radical liberals, it is everywhere. Videos of so-called black activists calling for the extermination of white people boldly, without fear, without mincing words. This lady took these hateful messages, internalized them, and went out of her way to kill this innocent white child. It is a hate crime through and through. She saw that little white boy, Harvey, with his whole life ahead of him, innocent as can be, and she decided to snuff the life out of him. Why? Because in her twisted mind, fueled by years of anti-white propaganda from the left, white lives do not matter. Now, I guess you haven't even heard about this news anywhere. This might be the first time you are catching wind of this information, and that is all by design, because the media these days only report on things that serves their narrative. The narrative that white people are evil and, black people are saints, innocent victims. I mean, if the races were reversed in this situation, then believe me, you would have heard about this story from day one of the occurrence. It would be all over the media. We would see the outcry coming from all angles. But because it is a white kid dead at the hands of a black person, everybody is quiet. Guys, regardless of everything, I really do not think that this monster should just be given ordinary jail time. I don't want her out of prison in a few years only to come out to kill another child. I think she should be electrocuted. I think she should get the electric chair for her crimes. That should be the befitting punishment for killing an innocent infant in cold blood. She deserves it. But before I end this video, I still want to remind every single parent out there who is lucky to be watching this video right now. Please be very careful. If you must send your children to daycare, please do the necessary research. It is good to ask about the background of the workers, but don't just stop there. Also look into their ideology, because believe me, their ideology matters as much as their background. And as always, guys, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or supporting the channel in any way that you can. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.